evening, everybody. I'll call the regular scheduled board meeting for 6/11/2019 to order. And if you will, please stand. And we will be at the invocation followed by the pledge led by Ms. Sams.
Dear Lord, thank you as we gather here tonight, school leaders, parents, students, and community members. I pray that you'll be with us through the summer as we all prepare for our next school years. I thank you for the blessings on our school that you've provided to our staff and children. And I pray that you'll continue to watch over us in this next school year. Thank you for the many blessings that we have and for the people that support us and our country. Thank you for our military that protects us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Sams. We'll jump straight into inspiration. Dr. Cole.
All right, we're excited. I think we have several of our students, but Burroughs Millette Elementary will be providing our inspiration tonight. And I think Ms. Jadon is here. Hey.
Hi, good evening. I'm Mavis Jadon. I'm the principal at Burroughs Millette Elementary School, and our Burroughs Millette course is here. And the teacher who's in charge of the course is Miss Questrell Chip Brown. And I'm going to introduce her, and the chorus will come in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for allowing us this opportunity. I get to work with some awesome young students, and they are doing an awesome job. Now, I may look a little nervous because I think this is close, so just make sure you keep smiling those beautiful smiles, and they'll be all right. So I'm going to ask them to come on in. And our soloist is Haven Alley. I'm going to step up.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much. Yes.
Were they not excellent?
Great.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Well, next up we have Hannah Kate Caldwell, who is named the Positive Athlete of the Year. Last Tuesday at the College Football Hall of Fame in downtown Atlanta, former UGA and Pittsburgh Steel star Hines Ward presented our recent Brunswick High graduate, Hannah Kate Caldwell, with the statewide Positive Athlete of the Year in volleyball. This year, over 5,400 student athletes in the state were nominated, and 45 of those, including Hannah Kate, were selected as state winners for their sport. She was nominated by her then coach, Vince Escobar, who had this to say: "There is so much to say about Hannah Kate, but it's her servant leadership qualities that best describe the unspoken essence of what is so special about her. Hannah Kate truly loves the sport of competitive volleyball. She manifests her love for volleyball through her enduring training regimen, through her desire to continually improve her volleyball skill sets and tactical knowledge, and through her fierce application to deliver her best performance during competitive matches for the team and herself. Yet what distinguishes Hannah Kate most is how she altruistically shares her volleyball experience, her volleyball tactical knowledge, and her enthusiasm for all aspects of volleyball with her team. She is the epitome of what best describes the finest qualities of servant leadership. Her years of volunteering through community service and church groups have provided her with the abilities to give her best efforts without any reciprocal expectations. These abilities have enabled her to seamlessly assume the giving role of servant leader. Because of Hannah Kate's servant leadership altruism, her teammates listen and trust her counsel and her advice. It is a great and humble honor to know Hannah Kate as a player and as a person. As a bit of background, Positive Athlete formed 7 years ago with the goal of celebrating young athletes who have overcome difficult circumstances, given back to their schools and communities in a significant way, or simply have an infectious positive attitude that makes everyone around them better. Since its inception, Positive Athlete has awarded more than $250,000 in college scholarships to its honorees. Positive Athlete Georgia, which was started 5 years ago by Mr. Ward, has given out more than $100,000 in scholarships. She was not able to attend tonight. She had the virus this morning, so we will be sending her certificate in the mail. This is her at the recent event that was held just last Tuesday with Mr. Ward. And next up, we have our Young Poet winners. Last month, the Eugenia Price Joyce Blackburn Foundation, in association with Golden Owls Arts and Humanities, announced the winners of the 16th Annual Young Poets Award Competition. This year's winners included Lisbeth Ayala, a 9th grader winner, who penned Conformity Makes a Difference. 10th grade winner Lily Seaman for her untitled poem. Edith Vasquez-Reyes, 11th grade winner, who submitted the poem Different. And 12th grade winner Gianni Saxton, who wrote the poem I Am a Black Girl. All the winners, who are Glynn Academy students, they all received a certificate and a check for $250. While Ms. Seaman and Ms. Vasquez-Reyes were not able to attend tonight's meeting, we do have Ms. Lisbeth Ayala and Ms. Gianna Saxton here to read theirs.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. By one of my more benighted peers, I was told every reason why he didn't prefer black girls. No affiliation to his colored kin. No true understanding on where black people have been or constant dangers were in. He didn't comprehend the liberty and strife that comes with layering our skin. I didn't know where to begin. He indeed was a black boy. Subliminally, I'd been hearing my whole life about how my skin color or my race isn't something I should enjoy. And every reason he gave me were pure stereotypes, like black girls wear straight weaves for clout and hype. Black girls can't grow hair. My hair grows from, I'm a black girl, and my hair curls from root to end. They say black girls get too big and ratchet. Let's add bald head and ghetto to match it. It's tragic. Prejudice fanatics, heated, lit like a matchstick, but love plastic. I'm sorry. But love plastic. It baffles me because others inject themselves to have the black girl anatomy, the black girl's anatomy that comes so naturally. And for some, black lives are seen as common casualties. And so they say, so what of a black girl? And I feel so sad for black boys because from birth they are fighting a war against everyone, including themselves. Just put a basketball in their hands and uncultured rap music in their ears and all is well. Add all these elements up and you aren't expected to excel. A guilty police officer can be sent scot-free and at the same time point a gun at a black boy's heart with pinpoint accuracy, common casualty. Raised watching TV and listening to music where they are always the criminals. The messages are subliminal, that is criminal, and no matter how high the status, they are always paid minimal compared to a white man. I can't help who I am, and you can't help who you are. That's just the way we were made. But how are we expected to do better if no one's open to change and want to place blame on others for the mistakes we make? I'm telling you a story from my point of view. I am a black girl.
A certificate of excellence for you.
No.
Get a photo.
Thank you, Ms. Beck.
Next, we have Miss Lisbel Ayala.
Hello.
Hello.
We walk along lines set for us, predetermined long before we ever set foot on the campuses and offices we drag our feet to, stomping, trudging, swaggering, all into a workplace where we'll follow a schedule set for us by some higher power we follow, God, a supervisor, a counselor, while our hearts beat low and heavy, unsatisfied with it all, with the movements like clockwork taking away at our lives as our all too familiar routine begins to drag our souls, our hearts, our lives. The warm tingling just beneath flushed skin, anticipation for a new routine. All too quickly it becomes stale, leaving a bitter taste of dust, crushed hopes, and lost dreams. The very thing that kept us warm in times of fear or distress now turns against us, the slow but steady pace of our lives marching us steadily onwards towards death. Are we happy with the path we took? Were we satisfied with the schedules we were given? Did we really live to our best? Was conforming to our fate truly our best life, or could we have done something just slightly different?
Thank you.
And next we have our 2019 Georgia Scholars. On May 6th, State School Superintendent Richard Woods recognized approximately 260 graduating seniors as 2019 Georgia Scholars. Of that total, Jonathan Kirkland and Morgan Dunn, both of Brunswick High, and Dylan Sasser of Glynn Academy were named. Through the Georgia Scholar Program, the Georgia Department of Education identifies and honors high school seniors who have achieved excellence in school and community life. Students eligible for Georgia Scholar recognition are high school seniors who have carried exemplary course loads during their 4 years of high school, who performed excellently in all courses, who successfully participated in interscholastic events at their schools and in their communities, and who have assumed active roles in extracurricular activities sponsored by their schools. Here tonight we have Ms. Morgan Dunn.
Hey everybody, so I'm Morgan Dunn, and I just kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about me. So, first of all, I'm so very honored to be able to be named a Georgia Scholar. I've always been super driven to be involved in everything, whether it's in school, out of school, all of volunteering, stuff like that. So to be able to have that little stamp on my diploma that just kind of says, like, you did it, like, you went out and you did it, it's super, so good. Yeah. But basically, I'm really excited to continue being driven in all that I do whenever I go to college in the fall. So I'm attending Coastal, and I'm starting as a junior in the nursing program because I've done all of my dual enrollment classes.
Yes.
Yeah, so the beginning of May, I don't know, it's been a crazy path of always being busy, always having something to do, and I'm just really excited for the future and to continue doing all of that. And so thank you again for everybody who did the recommendation letters and stuff like that for me. I'm just very grateful for everything. Thank you guys.
Congratulations.
And the last is the 2019 Exemplary School Board status. The Glynn County School System is proud to announce that the Glynn County Board of Education has achieved the Georgia School Boards Association's 2019 Exemplary School Board recognition, the highest status awarded by the organization. The recognition program is designed to showcase best practices in school governance and leadership. GSPA recognizes good school board governance to foster educational community cultures in order to advance student learning and achievement. The Glynn County School Board has met and or exceeded the 8 criteria set forth by GSPA to earn this honor of the 2019 Exemplary Board. This year, 55 of the 180 public school boards earned this Exemplary Board status. So that's a huge feat for you guys. So just wanted to give you all a round of applause for the hard work that you continue to do.
Got the award here. You know, be careful because I always drop things. But this is very nice. So congratulations to our board. I'm proud to be part of this governance team work with you guys.
Thank y'all very much. We appreciate everything, and obviously we couldn't do it without the cabinet. Superintendent, it's a group effort, as I said earlier, and we appreciate all the support from the community, business community. Everyone's really been behind us the whole time. Obviously, a lot of work from our board, and of course, again, the whole staff, our teachers. We can't do it without them. Obviously, we really appreciate all the hard work that they've done all year to make this possible. So it's a group effort. We really appreciate y'all. So thank you very much.
And that concludes my portion of the agenda.
That's Miss Dunn. That's Dr. Dunn's daughter. Is that who that is? Probably. I mean, going into nursing. Right.
Thank you, Ms.
Kind of
Page.
close together.
I'm guessing.
Blonde hair.
Okay, that brings us to citizen address the board. We have our professional, Ms. Annecy Polite, tonight, so I'm not even going to go through our rules. You wrote the rules, so you know exactly what you can and what you can't do. So thank you for being here.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Since you said I wrote the rules, I'm going to change them a bit. Give myself a little bit more time in order to stumble over what I need to say. I called last week several times, and then I came down here. I didn't know until this morning that you guys were in Savannah. I guess lollygagging, I don't know. But hopefully you were working on some of the issues that were in place, I suppose, before you even left. I called and I wanted to speak with Dr. Cole. I wanted to speak with Ms. Lewis, anyone else who could help with some of the problems that people brought to me and wanted to have discussed and have you guys look into and improve upon. Now, the first one and I'm glad you have the whole summer to try to work out some of these problems and issues that have been brought to my attention. The one especially was with, and this continues to be an issue, the hiring practices of this board. Well, I don't know who does the hiring, but certainly it has been suggested that Dr. Cole, where is he? Oh, there you are.
Yeah, can't miss them.
That you let the buck stop with you when it comes to hiring more minorities in the system. It's my understanding that there were several people who were minorities who applied for jobs and were not even given consideration. Most recently, one was a black counselor, and I know he applied at Brunswick High. Having two counselors to retire from Brunswick High, leaving only one black counselor there. Now, you know that that is a majority black populated school of students. This young man, I'm sure he's in the system already, also his wife. I neglected to get his name because I didn't want to bring his name up in the first place, but I do feel that he should have been given top consideration because he is highly qualified and also experienced, and certainly those youngsters would have benefited from his ability to relate to them, to talk to them, to guide them, and to be available to them, because certainly they do not feel, most of the students don't feel that they have an advocate or anyone that they can go to in times of stress or anything else. They don't feel that they have the persons there who will be concerned enough to do anything about their problem. And certainly, I know we have all of these programs in place to help with bullying and all of that kind of stuff. But certainly, more can be done if we had people who were more in tune with some of the issues that they face on a daily basis. Also, something has to be done insofar as letting people come into the school and not getting their proper identification, and on top of that, walking out of the school with the wrong child. Now, certainly, if you go into a classroom, tell the teacher that you came to pick up little Precious or whatever her name is, and she goes and brings back little Jewel, then, you know, something has to be wrong with that guy. He didn't realize that he had the wrong child, especially since he had picked the child up the day before. Had he not taken the child into McDonald's to get Happy Meal, whatever it was, and had that child's mom not been an employee in that McDonald's, and somebody said, hey, come up front, little Precious is here, blah, blah, blah. Well, it wasn't little Precious, it was another kid. So Mom comes out and said, what are you doing here? How did you get here? He brought me. What do you mean he brought you? Who is he? Oh, of course, you know. Anyway, they talked to the gentleman. He got on the phone. Her mom asked me to pick her up, bring her to McDonald's, get her a Happy Meal, then drop her off, blah, blah, blah. So that's what he thought he was doing. Said to himself. He didn't look at the child. The teacher that took the wrong child, he asked for the child by name. So you don't get his ID, you don't give him the right child, something's wrong, you know. So more has to be done insofar as it comes to making sure that we do the right thing at the right time, because something tragic could have happened to that child. The child, hey, and of course she didn't know him because he had picked up another child the day before. It's just unfathomable what happened, and we're fortunate that nothing did happen to that child because it could have been tragic. Aside from that, we do all of these new programs year in and year out. Some of them started phase 1. Some of them started phase 2, which of course, you know, as far as I'm concerned, if they don't have the basic foundation for that new program, then hey, you're dooming the child to failure. At Satilla Marsh, a couple of weeks ago, children were sent home with homework and a test to do. The paper, I don't know whether it explained it or not, but the questions were, I guess you're supposed to do approximates and whatever, but, you know, the parent is there trying to help the child reach the right answer and whatnot. The question was, how much is 3 plus 3? Then you had answers to choose from. 1, 2, 3. So what is 4? Well, the teacher explains that, you know, we just want them to come to the closest of the approximate. Hey, you need to let these kids know what's right and what's wrong and not send them on a tangent. Okay, if you're going to do that, then by all means explain it, or at least let the parents know what you're doing, so that when they come home, they are not up all night trying to find a 4 someplace, so that the child will recognize, hey, I don't care how you do it, 1, 2, 3 is still 3 and 1 are 4. I don't care how you do it. But at any rate, we need to get back to the basics, teach these kids their timetables, their sentence structures, their verbs, their nouns, their pronouns, their geography, their history, everything that goes with making a child well-rounded and educated, and all of that, they can be successful in life and be able to support their family. Now, another critical thing happened.
Ms. Light, you're at 8 minutes right now.
8?
8.
Okay, just let me tell you this thing, because the SRO guy, now, youngster has been going to GICA for 3 years. Went into GICA, she was on her way to her mom's job. She stopped in there. They explained to her, okay, you can't come in, you're no longer a student, blah, blah, blah. Okay, had on a little BHI ID and whatnot. Then she walks up the street, and she's going to turn the corner, go to her mom's job. Okay, here comes the SRO. Pats her down, gets her ID, then have her to get into the car so I can take you to your mom's job. Now, that could have been an incident with this child, even though she's 17. I'm telling you now, the father was real teed off, and you can't blame him. I don't think he had any business either, patting that child down and taking her out. She'd already left the school and was almost at her mom's job. Let her go on. There was nothing, she was not a threat to the students and whoever was in the school, of anybody besides the teacher, and she did speak to a friend of hers. But certainly, we have a long way to go when it comes to educating, when it comes to hiring, when it comes to doing the appropriate things, when people come into these schools, and certainly making sure that we do what's right and teach these kids so that they will be able to not only support themselves but their families and become well-rounded citizens and help us all in our old age, because you're going to get old one day and you're going to need them, and they will teach them respect and responsibility and hey, congratulations.
End on a positive note, I like that. All right. I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Hosey,
Second.
second by Mr. Adela. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous. I will open up the floor for consent agenda items. I'll go over a few, and if you want to pull or add, we can. We need to vote on number 7. I'm going to put on 8, 9A, 9B, 9C, 9D, 1 through 8. That's the one that objects. That's everything. Any deletions or additions? recommendation? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented. Motion by Ms. Bobbitt,
I'll second.
second by Vice Chairman Edgy. Any discussion? All those in favor? Unanimous, thank you. Number 7 is the approval of the May 9th, 2019 work session minutes. I was not at that meeting, so we need to vote on it, and I will abstain. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the May 9th, 2019 work session meeting minutes.
So move. What'd you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Say it again. 7.
Motion by Mr. McDowell,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Sams. All those in favor? It's unanimous, 6-0. One abstention. Is that consistency? Okay, thank you. That will drop us down to executive session, which I think we have a reason for executive session tonight. For everybody. All right. Brings us down to 11, adjournment. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
By Vice Chairman Edgy, second by Mr. Halsey. Any discussion? All in favor? Unanimous.